Legend of Total War here, and today we've got a saving a disaster battle playing as the Order of Lawmasters going up against the Bloody Hands. Now it says Valiant defeat there and Order resolve, but I imagine this is actually going to be a pretty tough fight because we don't really have a very good army, and they've got an army that kind of counters ours pretty well. They've got a Ragnarok Flingers. They're so good at smashing infantry, and these are our best units. He's recruited some Alliance units, Feral Carnosaurs, which was a really bad choice because, like, Carnosaurs are really good units, but they kind of require a bit of support. In the Lizardmen, they're fantastic because every Lizardman Lord and Hero has an ability that can get rid of Rampage. High Elves do not. You also don't have a Life Wizard in the army, so you're missing out on their potential healing. So that's your most expensive unit that I really don't think is going to do much value because it can't even beat an Ragnarok Spider in a one-on-one fight. It just definitely won't. Look at the leadership difference, the melee attack difference, the weapon strength difference. There's just no way. Plus, they're a missile unit on top of that. Plus, they've got poison attacks, so they're going to be causing reduced attack stats on that one. So yeah, they're definitely not going to be able to go toe-to-toe with them. If we have a look over here, everything is on max battle difficulty. Just want to adjust this banner over here, and let's get into it. Let's read out the email, and then I'll explain my concerns and where I think he's actually gone right and where I think he's gone wrong with this. So he says, "Hi Legend, after your tier ranking of the campaigns and when you described how the start of Techless was basically a punch in the nuts the whole time, I wanted to see for myself, and you're absolutely right. I have a low/mid tier army that now has to face up against 1 to 2 orc armies. They spotted my ambush and now I've intercepted them in an underground battle. I feel like this should be possible, but I lack a good way of dealing with the Ragnarok Spider catapults and a bunch of black orcs as well as a nasty spider, a shaman on a spider. I'm curious if you can make it, and if so, how. I feel that the limited space of an underground does not give me a lot of options. I do have a fully skilled metal mage though." Yeah, you're kind of right. It both works in our favor in some ways and works against it as well. Like, it would be really good if we can get our heroes around the back of their forces and harass them, but that's going to be really difficult to do so. Now, where I think you've actually done something really well for this situation here is by not recruiting any artillery. Because they've got artillery and we don't have artillery, and because we're technically the attacker here, I don't think they're going to advance on us. I think I can use the Eagle to actually waste the ammunition of their catapult flingers, which will basically just turn them into regular Ragnarok spiders. But that's better than nothing, because we really have no way of killing them. We cannot send the Ragnaroks to, the Carnosaurs to just go kill them. That won't work. We'll just send them to their death. And if we try to rush at them and try to get at them, well, for one thing, the Black Orcs will rip us to pieces. So we just don't have any way of dealing with killing those Arachnaroks. So we have to waste their ammo, I guess. Because yeah, if they bomb our front line here, it's GG. We won't be able to win. Because their front line's going to be difficult enough to deal with as it is. Okay, so let's send this one over here. I do think that your Metal Wizard is going to be quite handy. But yeah, I reckon if we had a piece of artillery, even a single piece, then they would be rushing towards us right now. And this gives us time to generate magic and waste their ammo. So this is good. It's very cheesy, but the thing is, when you've got a situation like this and your army doesn't have a lot of options, you know, you can either do this and maybe win, or don't do it and lose. Those are really the options here. Because yeah, if we don't do this, I cannot see a path to victory. Because yeah, their army is... it's just a hard counter to ours, basically. So we've got to neutralize it. Because yeah, like these eagles in the army, right? There's nothing that they can fight in the enemy forces where they actually trade well. Typically speaking, when fighting against greenskins, the last thing you want to do is bring melee troops. Unless you're specifically like a melee faction, like Warriors of Chaos, then you can go toe-to-toe with them. But if you're playing as High Elves, yeah, probably not. Especially not like low-tier monsters to deal with them. They haven't hit us once yet. It's worked out really well. Even the Doom Divers, which have homing shots, are not hitting us. He hasn't been casting any spells. His Lord is also a lot higher level than ours. I also saw that your Lord has Dream Wine, a jug of Dream Wine equipment. Not a good move, because Yeah, it provides physical resistance, which is great, but making him unbreakable means that he's probably going to die if we use him as a tank, because his overall combat stats aren't that good anyway. Also, he's probably got a really bad trait now because of the Dream Wine, so that's great. Right. Also, another thing, I needed to reduce this sound effect volume because those Arachnarok Spider Shaman Lords, they are super annoying. Just trying to see where would be the best spot to stand. Probably back here. We want to be as far back as possible so that we can go and harass them with as much time as we possibly can. Now, I wasn't certain if we were going to be able to waste their ammo, which is why I didn't get in checkerboard formation straight away. Every formation has strengths and weaknesses. The strength of a checkerboard is the... it's really good against melee infantry because it just slows down their approach. It's really bad against artillery because it just makes them even more vulnerable against it. Okay, now, Metal Wizard. So that you got this bound fiery convocation. That's a good move. Because they're standing still, now's a good time to use it. And we've now generated a lot of our winds of magic. This would be a good time to actually bring these ones up as well. An idea with what to do with them. Okay. Oh, they hadn't quite used up all their ammo. Luckily it missed. Come near us. Yeah, it's got 100% armor piercing. The problem with this spell is that it takes too long to cast, but the best time to do it is when they're just standing still. Cool. 11,000 damage. I'm happy with that. Alright, because we've got so much Winds of Magic, and because this battle's probably going to happen fairly quickly, I reckon just cast as quickly as we can.
Moving out. Handmaiden of the Everqueen. I go then. Onward. Making
If I could get in a little bit closer here. I'm going to try to pin them down, probably not with you.
Making my way.
I want to cast Final Transmutation. Just got to watch out because these ones have a very fast charge speed. And being on a chariot, like chariots definitely have their strengths and weaknesses, and their weakness is that they get bogged down in fights pretty easily. Okay, good. It's also good that they're using spells like Gork'll Fix It, because that doesn't do any damage to us, and it's not a super cheap spell. It's got this as well, but I don't think it's going to be that handy. Might as well. Now, the next stage of what we need to be doing, Bounce of Power is still in their favor, despite all the shenanigans we've already done. What we need to be doing is trying to get some units around the back of their army. The heroes would be good if we can get there, but because it's a choke point, we really can't get through them very easily. But if we can get as many units as possible to turn back around, that'd be great. That way, these guys here will just be under a lot less pressure. We can't send the Carnosaurs to do it because they'll rampage. Alright, let's this one, because that's actually really good on Savage Orcs, because they've got physical resistance. Just predicting that that's where they're going to be, and maybe I'll be right, maybe I'll be wrong. And AI is good at dodging it, but force that one back a little bit. Alright, that's it. And get them to land, and we'll see how many of their units decide to come after us. Oh, man. Good, good, good. We got it within range of our archers. That's what we want to see. While the rest of their forces, they're still ages away. Good, good, good. Alright, I really want to get the Metal Wizard back over here. I think you should have been on horseback for this battle, not on the chariot. It is what it is. If that one could... No, I don't think it's going to.
Ulfwan Mage. Onward. Orders. High Mage.
Yeah, if that one could just stay back. Switch. Okay, that'd be fantastic. So that there. Yeah, they've sent that after them. That's pretty good. Let's take a bit of damage. I think that one's got regen. If we're going to use Final Transmutation, we really want to make sure that we are... Oh god, this is a mistake. This is definitely a mistake. We'll see. That we're hitting multiple units at a time with the Final Transmutation. This is really cool. Worked out pretty well. Her leaving the battlefield, not a big deal. But good, I got around the back of them with the metal wizard. That's great. Okay, get them in over here. Looks like it's just that one unit. Okay, yeah, she rallied. That's great. Good, they're sending in a Ragnarok after our metal wizard. Let's go back around over here. Got to keep harassing them as much as we possibly can. And you also try to slip through.
I will obey.
Oh shit. Yeah, not trying to tank them, because he won't tank for very long. Try to distract them, that's much better. So, I wish we had Doom and Darkness, actually. Alright, we send in the Carnosaurs when they send in a large creature, which this one's still hanging back. I think this has gone pretty damn well so far. Okay, we've just lost a eagle that left the battlefield. Good, see how much we're bogging that one down? That's great. Alright, Carnosaur, 2 versus 1, it should be able to beat that wizard. Move some of our units back because they take too much damage. Don't get distracted, come on. You should go over here. Because yeah, this one's combat stats shouldn't be... Oh, actually, where am I? Debuff it with that so it doesn't have such high melee attack. And of course, yeah, they're Black Orcs fight to the death. And they're rampaging, so I can't control them anymore. But yeah, having all of these units distracted back here, that was an absolute godsend. I think that worked out really bloody well. I think there was a really big potential to get absolutely fucked up if we didn't have so many of their units, like, lagging back here. Like, only half of their army made it to the front line. And those that did a lot of damage. Not enough, though. Okay, so we want to run down as much of them as we possibly can because we'll get more post-battle loot and also more post-battle captives. And that will mean more potential healing. But you know, we're not going to get heaps. So leave the battlefield quickly in this situation. Careful where you're shooting. I don't want to get anything on fire. So I ended up using a couple of my magic. That's great. But yeah, because there's an underway intercept battle, they all get completely wiped out. Close victory. Okay. Pretty happy with that result. Everything went according to plan. And honestly, even though the Carnosaurs, we only used them at the very end of the battle, because if I used them at the beginning, it would have been a complete waste. They would have gotten smashed. They actually did pretty well. But the thing is, it would have been great to have units that are more useful at the beginning of the battle. Because that was the bit that mattered. By the time I sent in the Carnosaurs, the battle was already won. I didn't need to even send them in to win the battle. Alright, so that'll give us 16% replenishment. Can't heal single entities. This is why you really should have put a life wizard in the army as well, but it is what it is. I mean, we did run out of magic. Okay, and oh yeah, you've got some problems coming in through here. I don't think your army is strong enough to be able to beat this, because that's a pretty tough army on its own. And then you've also got a wire on top of that. You don't have lightning strike. You got a few levels to distribute, but I don't think it's going to make a huge difference. And your army's not at full strength. So that'd be a tougher battle than the previous one. Probably would be best to just head over to the Golden Tower. Unfortunately, if this one here meets up with them and those 3 armies, 2 armies in the war, decide to attack, that's a big bad for you. But looking at this, it seems unlikely this one would be able to reach this turn, so that one might hang back. And I guess it's good that you built the defenses there. Thing is, though, it doesn't really provide you with a hell of a lot of troops. It may have been better to make a money building so that you can actually have troops in your other armies, which I don't think you've got many. For being on turn 102 and having so little, that's a bit of a concern. But at the same time, it is Teclis's campaign. It is a difficult one to get moving. It's not a blitz campaign by any means. So Teclis is all the way back over here. Overall, though, I think you can manage it. You just need to get over here. Adjust some of your equipment a bit better. Jug of Dream Wine, I don't know about that one. That one's a bit iffy. Did you get that trait? Yeah, you did. So it can't. At least it can't get any worse. So, oh no, it can. You're currently at here. So yeah, it can definitely get worse. Oh god. Oh well, it is what it is. Just go do what you gotta do. Anyway, guys, that's the end of this one. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you learned something. Appreciate you, and we'll see you next time. Later, guys.